Matt 154. Did you get his thing?
154. I'm going to steal the center mirror and the right side mirror, and that way you only have to worry about driving this car. I'll worry about the rest of the cars on the track. So the first thing you want to make sure that you establish is that you're on the racing line, making it to all of the apexes and tracking out nice and smoothly. And then after that, then building the speed. Once you get on the right racing line, then it gets a little bit easier as you bring the speed up.
How many laps are we doing?
3 laps, 2 7/8. When you go past start finish.
Hey guys, I think we'll have part of it. We should add a little bit more.
As you come onto the front straightaway, you'll be accelerating. Then there's a gate. Straight out there. There's a gate. That's the turn in at the end of the straightaway. And it's just a big, wide bend. So you just want to bend it in. We'll trail off the throttle, let it coast. And then we'll go to maintenance throttle and just maintain the speed through the long, long bend.
That's for laps 1 and 2.
Yep.
Should I be using the paddles to shift?
If you want to, otherwise I can do some shifting and you won't really notice it. That'll hold the gear in the corners and stuff.
Okay.
Drop it into drive. Tap it over to sport.
So that's the right?
Yep. There you go. And I think we'll pull up. We'll pull up and watch him, and then when he waves us out, cruise down the hill and there you go. And start looking for that gate down here. Little brake, bend it in, trailing off the brakes, back to power, and squeezing on the throttle on the exit. And hard brake right here. Brake hard at the very beginning, and then you can trail the brakes off into the corner. And then trailing off the throttle, let it coast, and now brake. There you go. That's a good hard brake right at the beginning. You just stick with that pressure.
A little bit more before you talk. I couldn't hear you at all.
Just way, way early on the power there.
Yeah.
And you can see how that much torque and power lifts the nose up, and then it doesn't have enough grip to make the corner. Little twister going through here. Look down the straightaway, now squeezing on the power. Over to the right side, then a hard brake. Look into the corner, bend it in, trailing off. Back to maintenance throttle. Look through the corner, maintenance throttle. That's accelerating. You just gained 3 miles an hour. So you got to be real careful with the throttle. And now squeezing on the power, letting it track out down the straightaway. Then once you get to here, trailing back to maintenance, swing out just a little bit wide of this cone. That'll give you a better angle through this gate. There you go. Light brake, look in, bend it in, trailing off the brakes, back to power, squeezing on the power on the exit, squeeze, and then hard brake, look into the corner, then at the gate, bend it in, make sure that you get the car all the way to the apex, and trail off, and hard brake, stick with that pressure, then bending it in, trailing off, back to a little bit of throttle, and then squeezing on the throttle. Once you get to the apex and you have it pointed past the apex, that's when you start to squeeze it on harder and harder.
Is it brake here?
Yep, brake there,
Hard check.
Brake right now.
and then get your eyes looking through the corner, find that straightaway now, start squeezing, let the our track out to the right side, and hard brake, look into the corner, bend it in, trail off of the brakes, and then just maintenance throttle until you get it pointed to this apex. A little squirt here and back to the brake. There you go. And then squeezing on the throttle on the exit. And then lift, just let it coast, back to maintenance throttle, let it swing out a little bit wide. And a little brake, back to a little bit of power and squeeze it on through the corner. Just hanging tight with the 0-2. And I think we'll stay behind the 0-1. We'll be starting our cool off lap. Okay, go bud. That was a little abrupt. And brake hard, hard, hard. Now trailing. Don't jump off the brake pedal. We need to make it to the apex. You got to look for them. And if you're still a car width off of them, why aren't you turning the wheel more? You know, you just got to ask yourself, I want to be next to that cone. How do I get myself there? By turning the wheel. Got to look at it and turn the wheel, point it towards that apex. And brake. And then we'll slow it down and just hold 30 miles an hour into pit lane. That way the brakes have a little bit of time to cool off. So pull up real close behind the 0-2. There you go. Into park, over to the left and up. Leave the engine running. We'll hop on out.